we've given you a glimpse into a day in the life of a Woodward camper, but for a more in-depth view, look no further than Fuel TV's show, Camp Woodward. For 3 seasons, they've followed 3 campers documenting their own personal Woodward experience.
Camp Woodward on Fuel TV is about Camp Woodward experience for kids. The skate camp experience, the camp experience, being a part of something special that's been around since 1970, celebrating its 40th anniversary. I mean, this place is a magical place. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about each kid's, the 3 kids we pick, their perspective of how camp life was for them for those 2 weeks.
Dave Payne, the show's senior producer, had his own Woodward experience.
'92, I came in as the inline skate director, and I was a pro at the time. But I grew up skateboarding and BMXing as well, skiing, snowboarding. So this place was perfect for me.
Eventually, the budding young cinematographer moved to California to pursue his dreams, and when Gary Reams showed up at Fuel to talk about developing a show around Woodward, Dave was the perfect man for the job.
Gary and I walked these campgrounds for many years, for a decade, talking about TV shows and movie ideas. And since I was doing the Colony Summer series here, we always talked about the future. So it was just ironic and full circle in my life that I came back to do such a big series.
Fuel was shooting their 4th season of Camp Woodward while we were there. There are about 16 people on Payne's team, tasked with getting the footage they need in just 2 short weeks of shooting at camp. Casting the kids who will be featured is key to the show's success, and Payne's 30 years of experience in skate filming comes in handy.
You use all your connections, you leave all doors open and any suggestions are good, and then you start an evaluation process once you have a huge list. I get lists from the Woodward directors themselves from all the 5 different locations, from my friends in the industry, skate team managers, people who have run into other kids, I mean random kids sending stuff in, and we get a big list, and then we start interviewing, phone calls, parents, and then we meet and greet too sometimes at a location to interview them, and then we just kind of roll the dice from there.
The goal is to have as much diversity among the kids as possible.
We try and create that contrast as much as we can, so that learning from doing the other seasons, you don't want any of the same kid because then it gets boring. You want to have a kind of an up and down throughout the series, so you're not constantly going to the same type of kid. And each kid will have his own view of what camp is.
Each year, kids from previous seasons of the show are brought back by Fuel TV during shooting.
We bring them back. We want them back because they get it, and I don't have to have a speech with them like, I need you to help support this kid. They just do it. They have this camaraderie because they've been there. They've had cameras around them for 3 weeks straight, almost 24 hours a day. And they know, they have a kinship amongst other cast members, and that's something that kind of surprised me. I didn't think it would be like that. I mean, I hoped, but it's been better than I expected.
I caught up with Hunter Bajent from season 2 of Camp Woodward. From Austin, Texas, Hunter is now 16 and has been riding BMX bikes for 5 years.
Yeah, my Woodward experience throughout the years has been really good. I went to the one in California for 3 years before doing the Fuel show, and it's been good. I've just been riding since then.
Hunter admits that being part of a television show while also being at camp can be hard at first.
It was actually pretty overwhelming. It was actually intimidating to begin with. Yeah, it was my first time here, and so yeah, I have to get used to a new place, but I had to get used to a new place with the intention of being followed around by cameras.
2 years later, Hunter can see the benefit of stepping out of his comfort zone and agreeing to work with Fuel TV.
Oh, definitely doing it. Doing the Fuel show opened up doors, because now I get to come here, which is probably one of the biggest doors you can open in bikes.
While Hunter has had a couple of years to reflect on his experience, Alex Midler, a 12-year-old from California, was right in the middle of shooting season 4 when I sat down to talk to him. Since you've been to Woodward West, obviously the locations are different, but how's it been different for you being here as part of the Fuel show?
It's way different like being here as the Fuel show, like, cause you do way more stuff and like get to do a lot of more privileges, and you just have a way better time.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool. Have you liked hanging out with the other kids? Because I know all the Fuel kids kind of hang around together a little bit.
Yeah, it's fun meeting like new kids from the Fuel show, and like just being able to watch the Fuel show and then going back to meet them and stuff. It's real fun.
Unlike other reality shows, Camp Woodward is completely unscripted.
Reality TV is a little bit more scripted, where they have, hey, here's the scene, here's what you should be talking about. This is docu-reality, where we let the kids do what they want and we write afterwards. We have a story editor. We go over beat notes with the teams, and then we kind of script the story as it goes, and we figure out where we need to attack areas in the interviews to follow up with the action.
While the Fuel TV kids get a few more perks than the average camper, they are still expected to abide by the camp rules. Striking a balance between the show's needs and the camp's policies requires Payne to wear many hats.
You know, you're a parent, you're a filmmaker, and you're also trying to watch out what's best for the show and for the crew. So
Right.
I just let the kids do whatever they want as long as it doesn't get out of hand. And you know, that's the best way to approach it, is try not to be too hands-on, because then you get the best stuff, and as long as they don't get, I don't step in until the point where I feel like I need to.
Both Ream and Payne agree that Fuel TV's show has been a success for both parties.
Probably, 60% of our clientele watched us on TV multiple times. And what I see is, for the kids coming in here, even if they're beginners at Woodward, the first time at Woodward, in their minds, they've been here for weeks and weeks and weeks through TV.
It's a win-win for both Fuel TV and Camp Woodward. I've heard a lot of my friends and colleagues say it's a walking series commercial for Woodward. And for Fuel TV, it's great. It's a brand now. It's the only in-house reality series we have that's filmed in-house. So it's something that went further than I ever expected it. And I mean, a victory for us would have been coming back for one season, and we're on 4 seasons and looking to do more. So I think as long as the kids keep coming back differently, the backdrop is Woodward, you can't go wrong.
Evidence of Fuel TV is all over camp, including televisions that air the channel 24 hours a day, and instant replay sets that allow campers to review their tricks. It's a long process to produce the 8 episodes and 4 to 6 webisodes that will make up Season 4 of Camp Woodward.
It's a full year process, counting pre-production and casting, and then it's about 6 months post in editing.
The 4th season of Camp Woodward is set to air in January 2011, and you can watch Fuel TV on CATV, Channel 141. Well, that does it for this episode of In Your Neighborhood. A big thank you to all the folks here at Camp Woodward and at Fuel TV for giving us such unprecedented access. Remember, if you have a story idea, you can email it to me at jenwakeman@ccn-news.com, and be sure to check out our Facebook fan site. I'm your host, Jennifer Wakeman. Thanks for watching.
Tune in Wednesday nights at 7 and Saturday and Sunday afternoons at 1 for In Your Neighborhood, exclusively on CATV Channel 8.